So how will Piggy end? Will certain characters return? Will the Insolents be somebody we already know? And will all the infected return to their normal state? Well guys, in today's video we are going to be going over absolutely everything Piggy ending related, and I think that I have a pretty good understanding of what's going to happen, so you won't want to miss today's video. Now, as I'm sure you guys are all aware, we have been doing a lot of top 10 videos on the channel recently, which I'm glad to say that you guys have been showing a strong liking for. And I'm glad to say again that more videos like that will be out this week. So if you guys would like to give me any ideas for any top 10 videos that you would like to see on the channel, then again, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. So today we are going to be having a conversation about how Piggy will end, and then at the end of Piggy Book 2 Chapter 12 we will return and we will see just how close we actually were to the finale of Roblox Piggy. But guys, before we do get into this video, I would love for you guys to put your predictions down in the comment section down below on how you think Piggy will end, so that again we can come back to this and we can see how close that you guys were, and also we can try and kind of put ours together. We'll see how close that yours guys was to mine, and we can also do another video if there are a few good theorists down in the comments. Oh, and also guys, if you could be using star code Antixx when buying Robux or Premium, make sure to take a picture, send it to me over on Twitter or Discord so that I can show my appreciation. So guys, the ending of Piggy has so many questions, so here are just a few that we will be answering in today's video. How will Zizzy return? Will we ever see William again? Will all of the infected be cured? Who is the Insolents? Will George even get to see his family again? Where will the finale take place? And most importantly, the biggest question of them all, how will Piggy end? Now we are going to start with the obvious, and we are going to jigsaw puzzle the rest together. So the question that we are going to start on is, will all of the infected be cured? Now I'll be honest with this question, I'm about 99% sure that the answer to this question is going to be yes, although there may be one tiny issue. And I think that that one tiny issue is something that you guys may have not even noticed. Now, in the ending of the flashback trailer, there seems to be a cure on the table at the end, but that cure, I'm not sure how far that bottle is going to go between 50 plus current infected Piggy characters. I mean, let's face it, that bottle is very, very small to kind of vaccinate all of these Piggy characters. There are a lot of infected out there right now, and that one tiny bottle I don't think is going to go a very long way. So how is this one tiny bottle going to cure so many characters? Well guys, here is my theory on how this bottle is going to go a long way. My theory here is that I don't think this cure is going to be what saves the infected. In fact, I think that there is something controlling the infected. Something like a beacon. Now, I've spoken about this beacon for so long now, and I've even been speaking about this beacon way before we even had a note introduced to us in the sewers. So that proves that I am onto something here, guys. Now, that beacon I have spoken about so much is something that I believe to be the signal. Now, this signal I believe is something that we are going to have to try and deactivate in the finale of Piggy Book 2, at which point, once the beacon has been deactivated, all the infected return to normal, at the same time beating whatever the Insolence is going to be, whether it be Mr. Stitchy, Leo the Lion, or even Penny for that matter of fact. Which, to be fair, I don't think is going to be Penny. Now here is one other thing about the Insolence. I have said for quite some time now that I don't believe that the Insolence is going to be Mr. Stitchy. Why? Well, for one, his skin is in the extra section, and before you say it, yes, I know that Polly is also in the extra section, and he is also canon in the story. But just the other day, I came up with yet another theory as to why I don't believe that Mr. Stitchy is going to be the Insolence. So in Piggy Book 1, the main boss was Mr. P. Now we were chasing Mr. P for a total of 13 chapters, at which point in chapter 12 of book 1 we finally got the Mr. P skin added as a skin if you completed the plant. And then again in book 2 chapters 1 to 6 we have been chasing Willow around, and Willow was yet again the main boss for the beginning of book 2. And we have gotten Willow's skin yet? Well, no, we haven't really got her skin yet, have we guys? That's because that I think that at the end of book 2 we are going to get a few main characters, including whoever the Insolence may be, added right at the end of book 2. So the point I am trying to make here is that will Minitoon really have added in a boss skin that is going to play a major part in the ending of the entire Piggy story 12 chapters early? I think not. My understanding here is that Mr. Stitchy is going to be an extra skin and is not going to be any way canon with the Piggy storyline. Although yes, I know his notes are still in the game, which does give me some form of canon to the Mr. Stitchy, which is kind of the only thing that does confuse me at this matter in time. So after all, I could be wrong, but I guess we will just have to wait and find out. Now we are going to move on to the question of how will Piggy end? Well, as you can see in the thumbnail, I do have a vision on how I think that the ending is going to happen. So I think that whoever the Insolence is going to have all the infected behind them, as if they've conjured up this army of infected characters, and we are then left to try and destroy them or save them. One or the other. So I think that at the ending of Piggy book 2 chapter 12 we are going to come across the Insolence. Maybe we may even come across them just a little bit sooner, and again like in book 1 we're going to kind of chase them, and then we're going to find them, and then there's going to be this whole army of infected characters that we are going to recognize. Now imagine a finale, imagine a boss battle. You know, you have to battle all of the infected. Now I know that that would be quite a lot of work for Minitoon to do, but obviously this is going to be the ending of Piggy. There is not really going to be a book 3 at the end of book 2. Everything that is Piggy's storyline is going to be carried on over in Intercity, so this is going to be the last book that we are going to receive, meaning that Minitoon literally has to go out on a bang. So again, I believe that we are going to see all of these infected characters, and we have to try and deactivate that beacon to try and return them back to normal. And at the same time as they are returning to normal, obviously we are defeating the Insolence as well, because the Insolence, I'm guessing, is kind of powered by all of the infected, and the infected are kind of giving this Insolence energy, and the Insolence is kind of using that energy to become powerful. So again, once all of these infected are returned back to normal, then of course the Insolence is also defeated. And then once the Insolence is defeated, you know, everything's ended, the Piggy storyline has completely ended in book 2. That is when we are going to get the Insolence skin added into Piggy. Oh, and also just for the record, I actually think that we might actually find that Willow is going to be infected before the ending as well. I know that in the thumbnail that you can see, you know, Pony and Willow right next to each other, and that they are going to be battling this together. However, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think that Willow could potentially be getting infected prior to the end. Now just a couple more questions that we are going to answer. Will we be finding William again? Well, yes, I'm pretty sure that we're going to be finding William again. Unless of course Minitoon kind of wants to leave this on a cliffhanger and basically leaves the story open to Intercity. Now did you notice earlier that I did put a question in there saying how will Zizzy return, and not will Zizzy return? Now we all know by now that Zizzy is going to be returned, and it's not really a matter of will she return, it's more of a matter of how will she return, because Minitoon has been quite vocal that Zizzy is not going to be returning in her normal state. Now Zizzy could well be returning as infected, and she could be alongside all of those infected towards the end of book 2, and that's when we finally see her become normal as everybody else does get cured. Or will she return with, you know, one less arm because she's chopped off her arm because, you know, that's where she got infected. Now, I do believe that that is probably more than likely going to be the real answer, and Zizzy is going to help us try to defeat the Insolents. And then the next question, will George get to see his family again? Well, yes, of course. If this kind of links in with absolutely everything that we have been saying, that of course if everyone does get, you know, returned back to normal, then George will of course get to see his family again. Although it seems as though there's something slightly different going on with Penny. I mean, we've seen the rest of his other family. We've seen Father Pig, we've seen Mother Pig, we've seen Grandmother, and we've, you know, potentially seen Granddaddy as some piggy. But Penny is slightly different because Penny is the one that is guarding the potion at the end, or the cure. Now again, I believe that the Insolence is controlling Penny in some way. The Insolence must be controlling her to try and stop anyone getting anywhere near that cure. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how we're going to cure Penny in comparison to all of the other characters. After all, Penny, she could be just like all of the other characters, and she's just literally in the shadows, which is why she's completely blacked out, etc. But I do believe that there's potentially something quite different about Penny. I believe that there's something different going on with the way that she is infected. I feel like she could well be the sidekick of the Insolents because she is being told to be that way. So there we go, guys. That was literally my idea, my theory as to how Piggy is going to end. And I guess the main way that you can say this is that I think that it is going to be the beacon. I think that the beacon is what we are going to have to deactivate to try and make everybody return back to normal. I mean, could you imagine running through I Am Legend, the film, trying to give loads of zombies, you know, like potions? Just hold on a minute, zombie, just 2 seconds, open your mouth, I just gotta give you a vaccine, you know what I mean? I mean, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. So I do believe that the beacon is going to play a major part in the ending of Piggy. So guys, again, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think of my theories? And also make sure to be getting your theories going down in the comment section down below, because I may just do another video covering all of your theories. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it from me today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we shall see you guys in the next one.